My mother is the person I'll be talking about today. This is a picture of her when she was 15. She's a very beautiful woman. She was born in Alamogordo, New Mexico. She's resided there her whole life. She's just turned 70 in March. And the reason why I want to talk a little bit about her is because the difference between herself and mine. You know, she stayed home, raised a family, had 5 children. She was one of those moms that always made sure we had our, breakfast in the morning and had whatever we needed for school. And she was the one running us to wherever, all activities we had to go to and things like that. She was the supporter, the cheerleader, always there for us. And when I grew up and started having my family, I have 4 children. I have, these are my kids. Through the years, we did these little pictures. They're kind of cute because we did their headshots, all together. And when I started having my children, I already had a degree in college. My mom didn't get that opportunity to go to school. She dropped out when she was 18 to follow my father because he was in the Army. So the differences, that we had was, I went ahead and got my degree, went to school. Then I started having my family, having my children. And I found that it was very difficult, to balance all of the things I wanted to do, which was, take care of my kids, be there for them as a mom, take them to the activities that they wanted to do. And when I first started my career with Air Force, I was actually working in club business and doing what they're doing here is catering and things like that. So trying to raise, 2 small kids and that type of work was very challenging because I was pretty much at the club 24/7. I was lucky that I was blessed with my husband that understood, that type of work because he was a chef. So we did work very well together as a team, raising our family. But I still got to do all of the things that I wanted to do, even though I was working full-time and raising my family. My kids have turned out wonderful. My oldest graduated from high school here in 2010. He went on to UNM. He's getting his degree next year in social work. My daughter graduates this year in 2013. She's going to go to ENMU. She wants to get a degree in communicative disorders. So she's going to work towards that degree. Then I've got 2 smaller kids that are only 15 months apart. They're the babies. My son is Christian. He's going to be 15, or he's 15 now, but he'll be graduating in a few years. And then Monica is 14. She's right behind him. So, we're in band, we're in activities together. I keep the kids going. And they've all been, positive role models for their peers and things like that. So I just want to say it's, my mom growing up and raising her family and staying home to, me getting my degree and doing those things first and then still raising my family. There are challenges, but we all find a way to do them and meet the goals that we want to meet. So I just want to let you guys know that that's what I want to say about being a mom is it's a great, great thing, and to be a positive person in their lives and support them in everything that they can be. That's what I've achieved. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My mother was 8 years old, and the youngest of all the women, the girls in her family, there was 13 in her family. She grew up in Mexico, and it was a ranch where they lived, so they grew all their food, they grew the corn, they grinded it up for tamales and tortillas, and she remembers the day when she would make 13 dozen flour tortillas. And then she'd go out and sell them. So even at a young age, she was a business person. Yes, Gerda?
No.
Okay. But what's amazing about my mother is the lessons I've learned from her. First of all, know yourself. Know your abilities. If you're good at sewing, know it, market it. That's what she did. So one time, she had made herself this outfit and sold it for $10. Back in 1956, that was a lot of money, $10. So she goes to the cornfield, and she hides it in a can. She puts it on her specific corn plant. She knows exactly where it is. And her brothers knew about her business, so they followed her. And they went and dug it up and went partying. And the next night, when she was going to go buy more material to make her next outfit, guess what? The money was gone. So then she became a private investigator. But she had to learn who was taking her money, because this was her money. It wasn't anybody else's money. It was her money. She had worked for it. So one of her brothers fessed up to it, and then she became a cop, and she just got the money back, made more money, sewed more clothes. Know yourself. Know your abilities. That was the one lesson I learned from my mom. Know what you do. Now that she's older, she's in her almost 70. I think she says she's 60, but I know she's above that. We have the same tendencies. I'm early 20s. That's what it is. I'm going backwards. From my 46 years, I'm going backwards. But the thing about my mom is she is an amazing person. Very positive. And she can make the best tamales in all of New Mexico. I'm not kidding you. She gets the corn, she grinds it, she puts my dad, who's 78, and he gripes and complains the whole time. But he does it. He makes these amazing tamales that are homemade and delicious. And so, know your capabilities. And then, my mom was a fashion designer, even at age 5 when she started sewing. She had to sew for her sisters and all of their kids. And then, so she knew about fashion. And she looks at my skirts and she called me the other day and she says, Letty, you know that skirt I gave you back in 1978? And I was like, which one, Mom? No, it's black and it has a little ruffle at the end. And I said, yeah? She said, I want it back. Oh, look. Wow, I think I recycled. I know that I gave it away, but she wants it back. And the thing about my mom is she's persistent. So she calls me every week and reminds me about the skirt. And I look through my closet and it's not there. So we have a problem. So now I have to find a black skirt with a ruffle. If you see one, let me know, but it's chiffon. So just remember that.
Sounds like she's going to know that.
She's going to know the skirt, but hey, you know what? I've learned things about my mom. Be persistent, know your abilities, and market yourself. In the city of Clovis, where she lives, even though she does not know English, my mother is known for the best tamales in all of New Mexico. And at Christmas, years and years of Christmases, she would make a lot of tamales, and they'd be gone by the 24th. Now she's older, she's taking care of the man. That's what she calls it. Oh, I have to take care of the man. As I'm talking to her, I talk to her every day. That's my commitment. I call her every day because I don't know how much longer my parents will be here. None of us do. So I call her every day. And she goes, oh, el viejo, he's calling. I gotta go. So I gotta go now, but I gotta tell you, know your limits, know your abilities, market yourself, and as women, we are so valuable as moms to our children. Remember that. God bless you.
Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Misty Bertrand. I am the Sales and Marketing Director here at the Clovis